work.
Yeah, make a stream open. There you go.
Yeah. It hasn't stopped yet, so I'm just waiting for the stream link to come, so I can post it to Twitter. But to everyone, is hopefully gonna join us in a minute. Something. I'm just waiting for everyone to join us. But yeah, now I can see the link. I hope a lot of people are joining us. I think I'll update the stream title. First comment, stream. Hello, Brain. We'll be. I think you would want to join us later on for the interviews. I think, at least I guess so. So.
Definitely. Here you go.
Yes, it showed up twice again on that. I don't know why, but we're waiting for some guys to come into the stream now, so we can announce everything coming for season 3. Okay, that's the wrong one. This is the right one, I think. Oh yeah, if you're not able to, then so not bad. I don't know why, but send. This one's working. Second one. We're just waiting for some guys to join. Yeah. How long does the episode take? We don't know yet. We're just waiting for guys to join, and then we'll be talking about everything that's going on, and we'll see how long it will take to like have everything said. Yeah, we're 7 guys in the stream right now, and I think, Simon, we can start with the first lineup for next season.
Let's go.
Let's go. We'll start off with Mercedes, since I'm already on the team. We'll be having the current Mercedes driver returning to Mercedes for his 3rd season in a row. It will be Suma, but there will be a new driver joining him, as Kazai will leave Mercedes at the end of the season. The guy who looks to become Season 2 Tier 1 champion. Kazai is not there anymore, but we'll have the Haas driver, the current Haas driver, Shadow, joining Suma in the Mercedes for Season 3 of the OSRL F1. What do you think about that, Simon?
Oh, it's gonna be a very strong lineup here, and yeah, Suma's aura is proven to be very quick. Shadow is also pretty decent. Both drivers are in the top 10 of the championship, so again, should be close for next season.
Moving on to Ferrari then, we've got a pretty decent lineup for them. We've got the current championship leader, Kazai, who switches from Mercedes to Ferrari, as he is a big Ferrari fan, and that's just why it's, of course, good for him to make that move. And we've got an Italian driver in the Ferrari car for next season. We've got Drips in the Ferrari next to Kazai. What do you think about that, as we've got another Italian Ferrari driver?
It's definitely the strongest lineup out here. Kazai is the championship leader this season, and Drips proven to be very quick and pretty much matching Kazai, I'd say, in Mexico. So yeah, so the drivers will be very close, and it's definitely the strongest lineup for season 3.
Then we've got Red Bull, and it's the 3rd season in a row being unchanged. Simon and Martin Mordstall, both still at Red Bull for 3 straight seasons.
Yeah, it's a good lineup. I work well with Martin, and we just both agree with that, so we just work well together, and we had no reasons to change for it. We have our banter, and yeah, we have a great partnership, and we keep moving forward from it.
Then at Renault, we'll see a whole different lineup. The first one to completely change next to Ferrari, it will be Wheel of Gaming and Cryptox in the Renault, both switching from Williams and Alpha, going to Renault, who will lose both Facteo and Calvin, but I think they've got two good drivers in Wheel of Gaming and Cryptox back at their team.
Yeah, again, there's a very strong lineup here. Wheel of Gaming always proven to be pretty decently consistent, consistently crashing. Well, yeah, no, they're both really strong drivers, and hopefully we get many more great battles with them on track.
Then at Haas we have a championship contending team. We've got current second in the championship who tries to maybe get closer to Kazai in the last two races, in the last three races I should say. But we've got Kühn in the Haas, first driver for them, and we've also got Prain joining them from Toro Rosso, and that will be a very, very strong lineup. They will definitely compete for the Constructors' Championship, I think.
Yeah, both race winners, of course. Prain winning in Japan and Kun still being a championship contender in Season 2, so a very strong lineup here. Prain only having joined the the league halfway through, so he's doing really well.
Yeah, then we've got another really, really strong lineup at McLaren. We've got Season 1 runner-up Jonas, who won the Season 1 Constructors' Championship with me in Ferrari. So he definitely knows how to win it, and he's got one of the fastest guys in the league with him in the McLaren. He's got Luis with him in the McLaren, and I think that will be a very, very strong lineup. I've driven with both guys in a team in different leagues. I've driven with Jonas in Season 1 here in the OSRL. I've driven with Luis and Raceback in the same team, and I think both guys will definitely work together very well, as they are good persons and they are really, really good drivers, of course, and they're definitely going to get better without traction control, as they're both trying to not use it anymore. And yeah, that McLaren's definitely one of the picks that you should look at for the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah, Luis definitely improved a lot since Season 1, having moved to medium traction and no traction then. And yeah, Jonas is already really fast. It shows how consistent can he be on track. We know he's got the pace, but can he just stay on track and get the points for the team, McLaren?
Yeah, this season he has really been struggling with the races. He often retired after a few laps because he's been inconsistent this season as far as we go. Every time he finished, he had a good position in the race. Like we saw in Mexico with P3, I think. We had him in Singapore with P4, I think, or P3, somewhere like that. But yeah, he just needs to become a little bit more consistent again, like he was in Season 1, and then he'll be up there again with the top guys. And now moving on to Racing Point. We've got two fairly new guys, because not fairly new guys. We've got one really old guy who's been in the league, who's making a comeback for Season 3. It will be Ola Hoop. What do you think about that style?
Ola Hoop, yeah, the meme is back in the league. I think he's improved a lot since he got a ban from our league, and yeah, hoping he can do pretty well in the league. So yeah.
Yeah, of course. That's the only reason why he's came back, because we've seen a lot of improvement from him. And next to him, we'll have a completely new driver who hasn't raced a single race in this league so far. It will be Strauss P01, who's just joined us yesterday, I think. He will be racing in T1 next season. And he's also fairly quick, so I think there will also be a good lineup. I don't think it will be challenging like the top teams, but it's decent, you know? It's really decent. And I know you can't really say something about the pace of Strauss, and I really can't say a lot of things about his pace either, but from what I've seen, he's really a good driver for their team. I think they will have a good season.
Yeah.
Then moving on to Alfa Romeo Racing, we've got also a new driver joining with Rabaka22, and one thing that I can say about him, he will be challenging the top guys in the league right from the start. He is racing in AOR3, so he's definitely a good driver. He's racing against good competition there. He's having great times that I've seen, so he will definitely be up there with the top guys in the league. And next to him, we'll be having PSC Calvin, or CR Calvin, I don't know his PSN right now, but he will be racing alongside him, and I know they are friends. So they are driving together, and I think they'll be also competing with the top guys in this league, the top teams.
Yeah, I don't know much about these drivers. Calvin, yeah, I think he's a bit inconsistent. Don't really know his pace. Haven't been watching him a lot, so can't really judge on him. So we'll see in season 3 how he does.
Then with Toro Rosso, we've got one old Renault driver and the season 1 tier 1 champion. Of course, we've got Sergio racing for AlphaTauri next year in season 3 in F1 2020. Right now it's still Toro Rosso, but once season 3 starts, it will be AlphaTauri. He will be their main man. He will definitely compete for the driver championship, and he will also maybe compete for the constructors championship. He will be racing next to Facteo Skyline, or Facteo Racing, how its new PSN is. And I think that will also be a team that can challenge the top guys, as both guys are really fast.
Yeah, again, Sergio being the season 1 champion, we know he's got pace. He's recently gone onto the wheel and straight away again on the pace. So season 3, of course, will be in F1 2020, and yeah, but I think he will be on the pace and definitely challenging for race wins and a title.
Then moving on to the last team for Tier 1 next season, we've once got Franchise, who's definitely improved since he joined the league. He improved a lot, to be honest. Really got better over the races, and he will be racing for Williams next to an uncertain person right now, and it will be the Tier 2 winner. And we can talk about that now as we finish the driver lineups. We can jump right into the Tier 2 standings, because that's the 1 point for next season, as the Tier 2 winner will get the Williams seat in season 3 of the OSRL of 1. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's definitely a good idea. Definitely gives motivation for the drivers to actually get race wins and go for that title. And yeah, it's safe to say it's been really competitive in that league.
Yeah, so far we've got Sandro leading with 79 points with 4 races to go. So Sandro has been the dominating driver. He has been the fastest driver in Tier 2. I think he will be the guy to come out on top and get that Williams seat, and he will be right there with some of the faster guys in his league, I think, in Tier 1, because he's got the pace, he's got everything that you need, and he will fit right in.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely Williams gonna be, like, every team is gonna be one to watch out for. Every driver has got their quick driver, and to be honest, I'm pretty terrified for getting points, because every driver I know is really fast, so I don't know where I'm going to be next season.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have the most competitive season that we've had so far in this league. Of course, we've had 2 great seasons so far in Tier 1, but I think season 3 will top everything, because of course we've had season 1, that was our first season, it was our first time having these new races. It was really a fun season, to be honest. We've had everything working, to be honest. We've never really had streams like we've had this season, but I think the races were fun. We've made several rule changes over the time period that we've had since the start of the league in July 2019, and like every rule change has made the league only more competitive. The drivers have got better over the time. I remember Lewis not really being on the pace of the top guys, or not being on the pace at all of the top guys at the start of season 1, but now he's a title contender, I must say.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
He will definitely be fighting with Sergio Kuhn, even Rabaka, and we've got a lot of people that can fight for the title. We can't even pick some guys out, to be honest. And guys that have been in the points regularly this season and in the first season will fight for points next season, I think. Like that just shows how competitive this league has got it's over really the time.
Yeah.
And you can't even pick one team that will win anything next season, because it's so competitive. And I think the races will be fun. Everyone will really compete for for wins. Everyone will compete for every single point. And yeah, season will start.
It's how quickly every driver will adapt to F1 2020. Since of course in a new game, maybe a different what you call it, handling system, and yeah, it really depends how quickly the drivers can get on the pace on the new game. New tracks, maybe a new layout or something. Codemasters might change that. I don't know yet about that, but we'll see. But every driver's got to get on the game as quickly as possible and get used to it once it's out.
Yeah, of course, we've got 2 new tracks coming for Season 3. We've got the Vietnam Grand Prix with the S's, and of course that one really long straight. And I think we'll see a lot of pedals on there with a lot of maybe double overtakes on one straight.
Could be, yeah.
Could be, because it's just so
it's
long.
That long.
Yeah, it's that long. And maybe if you do a dive bomb at the end of the straight, you should definitely try and not really do something stupid, because if you crash at the end of the straight, you're probably out of the race.
Yeah, it's weird because there are some corners like high speed corners, like slower speed corners, and then you've got a massive straight, so it's going to be really difficult to set up the car.
But that will definitely be a challenge for the drivers, and I'm looking forward to the race. And of course, we've got your home Grand Prix in Zandvoort in Holland, the Netherlands, and I'm really looking forward to that track. I think I think it's the last corner, if I'm not wrong. Like
it's
that change.
Now, yeah.
That will be very hard.
I've been to the track, and I don't know if Koen, also a Dutch driver in the league, has been to Zandvoort, but I've been plenty of times, and I know the differences. Turn 4 has changed, so it's more. So you go downhill banked, and then you go up to the quick corner, so you go flat out there. And then they change the last corner. It's more banked than in USA.
Yeah.
Indianapolis. So pretty insane here, and so the goal for that corner was you're gonna follow someone and then get in the DRS and try to overtake someone in turn 1. And then they made the second last corner a bit wider, so you can dive down the inside there. And so they made definitely the track more flowing, and definitely there's a lot of overtaking opportunities. So it's definitely not going to be a boring Grand Prix.
Yeah, then of course we've got the loss of a home Grand Prix for a lot of drivers in this league. Of course, we're losing the German Grand Prix, which was always one of the most fun tracks on the calendar. I mean, in this league it never really looked to work once we've had the connection issues. This season, first season, it didn't work for me, and we didn't have a lot of drivers there in the race. But I think I'm really looking forward to that season, because it will be so competitive. And yeah, it will be very interesting to see who will come on top at the end of the season. And I see Rain and Shadow both asking in the chat for predictions for the next season, for Top 10 predictions. And I'm gonna start.
Okay.
I'll just start. I think this is so hard to really predict like the positions of the drivers. Like,
I've got an idea actually. We will do a prediction, and then we'll save it for the end of the episode, of this episode. So we just think about our predictions and then do it at the end, whilst we talk about other things. Is that a good idea, maybe? Or
yeah, we can do that. I think I know who I'll take for my top 10. To be honest, but yeah, we can continue.
Go on then.
With tier 2. We've seen some great races there in the last few days. Of course, Bahrain was a very
weird Grand Prix. Yeah.
Weird Grand Prix. Of course, turn 1 was like really weird, because there were a lot of things going on lap 1. But
yeah, someone just braking a bit too late, so the leader Chandru got taken out at start, and then having to produce a comeback drive to the grid. But he did really well, and actually finished in P2.
Yeah, he finished in P2. Then of course we've had in lap 1 we've also had some more crashes, and Sarah was involved in another crash with, I think it was OG Gringo and And I think it was it was Tal Cockwell who spun around because of Oettinger spinning around. So he was left with some damage after lap 1. It really cost him a lot of time. Like he had to pit in lap 1 and still going back to P2 at the end of the race. That was really, really good. For the McLaren driver, extending his lead, of course, in the championship. Championship. I definitely need to work on my talking a bit, but of course we've got Clint Coco behind that, who had a shock of a race, to be honest. He really wasn't on the pace because in qualifying he could have finished higher on the softs, but he did not get a lap in. Then he wasn't really able to get past anyone in the race. Of course, he had that lap 1 crash with Severe, who he got a 5-second penalty for, also in the race and after the race. So he finished in P8 at the moment, in the end. And yeah, one thing that was also really great to see was Leon finishing on the podium in his first race that he finished.
Yeah, well done to him. I didn't expect it, to be honest. He just kept it clean in the racing point and just, his pace was really good at the end. So maybe a little bit of dangerous driving here and there, but for most of the time he just was clean and driving really well.
Yeah, but of course not to forget it. We saw Kyle winning the race. A very, very deserved win. He was the fastest guy on track. He was dominating everyone. And yeah, he was definitely the deserved winner of the Bahrain Grand Prix in Tier 2.
For sure. Another good performance there from the driver who won.
Yeah. Then we also saw another guy coming to league, or we saw some guys that were at the bottom and joined the league for the race. But we also saw Evior 1994 coming into the league, finishing in I think it was P6 in the end. He really impressed me because he was right there with everyone after just coming into the league like one day before it.
Definitely. Like just clean driver, just kept on track again and just again got home in a P6 finish. So
yeah, also
well done to him.
Yeah, we also had X Futala getting 2 points in his debut, 4 racing points. So it was a double racing point finish, the first one in this season. Also good to see Racing Point finally getting into the points in Tier 2. That leaves us with only one team having 0 points over both tiers. There was Red Bull in Tier 2 with 0 points.
What's his name again? Christian Horner won't be impressed, and definitely not Helmut Marko.
Yeah.
We'll be having a harsh look at the guys who drive Red Bull in Tier 2. So Killer J and Rujon, step up your game.
Yeah, in the Constructors' Championship in Tier 2 we've got McLaren leading the way with 101 points. After that we've got Toro Rosso with 90 points. Alfa Romeo in P3 with 85 points and Ferrari with 71 points. After that there's a small gap between them, 71 to 48 points for Renault in P5. And after that Williams with 40, Mercedes with 31, Haas with 23 and Race 1 with 17, Red Bull we've already talked about. So the Constructors' Championship is really close in Tier 2, not like the Drivers' Championship where we have Sandro leading, of course, Coco in P2, Freaks in P3. But at the end of the season, of course, P1 is the only one that really matters for Sandro, as he will, if he continues to drive like that, he will be racing into T1 next season for Williams.
Yeah, for sure. I think he'll be on the pace for most guys in the league. So, yeah, you should just keep on pushing, and if he keeps going, he'll win the championship, since he's 20 points ahead of the next driver, who is Klinko Coco in the Ferrari.
Yeah.
And then Freak is in the Toro, so rounding out top 3 in that championship with 56 points. So not too bad there from the top 3 drivers, but it's definitely Sandro's standing out there in that league.
Yeah, he definitely is. And now we can switch to the Season 2 Tier 1 Season 2 standings. Of course, we've got Kazai in the lead with 302.5 points, but Kuhn has been really coming closer and closer over the last few races. He's only 29.5 points behind him, and with a win and the fastest lap with Kazai crashing out, he could be right there again, right behind Kazai in the championship. He could be He could come close if everything goes his way. He could be up there with 3.5 or 4.5 seconds, which will leave us with 2 title-deciding races in Abu Dhabi and Brazil.
It's gonna be tense for sure. We have in the chat we have had many arguments on who will back who, etc. And yeah, so but definitely it's in Kazai's favor. Who can mathematically steal within America, but we're not 100% sure. Koen will again be at the front and Kazai standing at the back. We don't know how it's gonna go, so it will definitely be close.
Yeah, definitely will be close. But even in the US, we could even see the championship being decided at the moment, and that will be the case if Kazai wins the race and Kuhn comes home in 9th or lower without the fastest lap, as he would be 52 points behind, and 52 points is the maximum he could get with Kazai losing both races. But Kazai has 1 more race than Kuhn, which would leave Kazai with the title already tomorrow at the US Grand Prix. And I don't think it will happen, because Kuhn is definitely able to get into the points, and if he doesn't get crashed out, he will maybe get closer even to Kazai.
Yeah, but for sure. But Kazai is, like you stated, he's definitely the fastest around America. It's really competitive, and I think he's a second ahead of me in time trial, and I'm top 2000 in the world. So so Kazai is massively ahead of everyone in terms of pace around America. So what Koen really needs to hope is that Kazai crashes out again like in Mexico. So there's definitely a lot of drives on the grid, so Kazai just has to be patient. As long as he gets like 8 to 10 points, he's got it pretty much sorted out for himself.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
He just needs to keep it on track. But there's a lot of I would say dangerous drivers who can bring up a surprise.
Yeah, definitely, and I think Kuhn needs a surprising factor in the title decider, since we're at the closing stages. Kazai is in the lead, 29.5 points ahead of the Haas driver, but we'll see what happens tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central European Summer Time at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. It will be a very, very interesting race, and we've got some talking things about Kazai in turn 1 again in chat, Kuhn. So yeah, we'll definitely see what will happen tomorrow. Make sure to tune in, make sure to watch the race, and maybe we'll see the new OSRL champion in that race, but maybe. We don't know yet.
Who will take Sergio's crown?
Well, yeah.
That's his right now.
Leave your predictions in the chat right now. Who will take Sergio's crown of being the OSRL F1 Tier 1 champion?
Well, yeah, it's down to 2 drivers right now. It's only Kazai and Kuhn can mathematically get it. So
yeah, but
it's down to those 2 drivers. And looking further into the standings of Tier 1, we've got Luis in 3rd place with 200 points. We've got Martin in 4th with 167 points. Then myself with 122.5. Then we've got Suma in the Mercedes with 109. Sergio, the Ottoman reigning champion, with 103 points. Shadow with 98. Vacu with 91. And rounding out the top 10 is Wheel of Gaming with 63 points for Alfa Romeo.
But I think Wheel of Gaming will still lose the 10th place to either Vigo, Brain, or Jonas, because they're only 10 points behind him, or not even 10 points behind him, and for Vigo he is 4.5 points behind him, and I think he'll lose the places because Jonas has been very good in the last 3 races. Of course, in Japan he didn't finish the race, but
3rd place in Mexico, so that definitely will back him up. As long as he gets a podium, he will jump Wheel of Gaming and Vigo Brain. But Vigo Brain did get a win in Japan, so it's really unexpected right now. So
but
who will get that 10th place?
If we look at the track for the US, it's literally a bit like the Mexican Grand Prix that we've had on Friday, Like, you can see some similarities. We've got the S's in Sector 1. We've got not a long straight, not straight as long as in Mexico, but of course it's still a long straight, and it's 2 long straights, I should say. Of course, one thing that is also in Mexico, we've got some tight corners. We've got the S's, so it will be very interesting to see what will happen there.
For sure. Also, let me say this: the top 5 or for 5th place in championship is heating up, with myself with 122.5 points.
Yeah.
Suma is 13.5 points behind me, and then Sergio is 19 points behind me. So it's definitely, I think it's down to those 3 drivers. Shadow does have 98 points, but he needs to gain 24.5 points on me to jump ahead of me. And with his teammate in a championship battle, I don't know what he's gonna prefer, to be honest. So
of course,
it's pretty difficult for Shadow now to get 5th in championship.
Of course, we've got the Constructors' Championship then, that we also need to talk about. We've got Mercedes in the lead with 411.5 points. Haas is on 371 points. It's 40 points between both those teams, so it will also be close for that P1 in the Constructors' Championship. And I must say that I think that Haas will win it.
Haas will win it. Ooh. So you think Kasai or either Suma will crash out? It will definitely be close.
I don't think they'll crash out, to be honest, but I just think that Kuhn will be the man to beat in the last 3 races, and Shadow will definitely finish higher than Suma in the next 3 races. So that's like what I expect to see in the Constructors' Championship fight. And I think Haas will get him in the end.
Yeah, I think Mercedes can of course claim it also in America, since I think, no they can't, they can't, but they can do a big step. They're indeed 40 points ahead of Haas, and if Haas get like 18 points more than them, it will be really close for the last 2 races, which will be of course Abu Dhabi as the second last race, and Brazil rounding out the final race for season 2 of Tier 1.
Yeah, of course, we've got the US Grand Prix, as we already said, coming up on tomorrow on the 7th of April. Then we've got the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix on the 1st of May, which will be our penultimate race, where we could see some decisions for the championship. And then we've got the Brazilian Grand Prix to round off season 2 of the OSRL F1 Tier 1 on the 8th of May, where most of the drivers will have the last race for their old teams.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weird one. It's only the only team which stayed the same for throughout every season is of course my team Red Bull, with alongside me Martin. Happy to have him alongside me, of course. But it's gonna be a lot of drivers changes coming into season 3 compared to season 2. So looking exciting.
Yeah, and of course then after the season has ended, we'll be making a 1-week break from racing, just because we've had to have like a short break between season 2 and after the end of season 2, and then we'll be back with some events between the end of season 2 and the beginning of season 3, and we are going to inform everyone on what we're going to do, but we've got some things already in mind, and I'm pretty sure that everyone will like the events that we are going to do.
I don't know them yet, so I'm pretty surprised at them, to be honest. But like you said, Flo, it'll be really exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. It's a great league to have. So it's gonna be exciting, and we're in a great league here, so should be exciting to build up to season 3.
Yeah, we're going to, as I said, we're going to have some events. We're not going to say what we're doing yet, because we're first of all going to inform the drivers, but in following OSRL Talk episodes, we're going to talk about the events that we are going to do. And we'll hide and seek with 20 people incoming. Maybe. I mean, we've got some things coming up like that in the time between it. So we have our content going on for in the 2 months that the game still isn't out. But we're going to host some things, and I think that you guys, the drivers, and everyone will like them. And yeah, I'm very excited to have for season 3. I think even in season 2 we've had a massive growth of the league. Like, we gained a lot of people around the time of the British Grand Prix, and like switching everything up. Then, like, now we have a new logo thanks to Brain. We have commentators. We have streams for every race since the start of season 2, and like, it's definitely been a fun season. And we'll be talking about the end of the season on next Sunday again in episode 3 of the OSRL talk. Then we'll be back to just talk about how the season ended on the, I think it should be the 10th of May. That will be the last OSRL talk of season 2, and then we're moving on to season 3 at the beginning of the F1 2020 game. And we're all really excited in the league. We can't wait for the season to start. And now, of course, we need to make our predictions for next season, as we said for the end of the stream.
Oh, who's gonna start then?
Yeah, you can start.
I can start. Oh god. Okay. I think the winner of season 3 will be. I don't know yet. I think I'm going with Luis as the winner. He's just proving to be so much faster, and I think I'll back him. He's been more consistent, to be honest. The last couple of races maybe haven't like turned out the way he wanted it to, but he's generally shown he's got the pace, and I think he can challenge Kuhn, Kasai, Sergio all the way.
I mean, I have to go with our season 1 champion Sergio, because he's just started on the wheel, and he's already extremely fast, and he will only get faster as the longer he races with it. And I think he's just proven to be so fast. He's been getting the penalties and warnings over the couple since we've introduced strict corner cutting, but I think Sergio will be the guy to win it all, because he will definitely have a lot of competition. Like, we're going to have 6 guys competing for the title at least, but I think Sergio will take it. Again, he will win a second OSRL F1 Tier 1 title, and yeah, that's my prediction for P1. I think you can't really predict the top 10 right now. Like, there are so many guys that will maybe even be slower or faster for next season with the new game coming out. So we're not able to really pick something for that right now. But
yeah,
do top 5 with drivers constructors. I think without without saying positions, I think the top 5 next season are going to be Sergio, Kasai, Luis, Kuhn. Who haven't I said yet? I've said Shadow, Luis, Kuhn, Sergio, and Rabaka. Those are my top 5 for next season.
I'm going with Luis, Sergio, Kuhn, Kasai, and Jonas. That's going to be my top 5. Top 5?
I think
that's 5.
Yeah. Jonas will definitely challenge for the top 5 too. I mean, I didn't want to leave him out, but I had to say my top 5, and I think like Jonas is a really fast driver. But right now, if he gets more consistent, he will be in the top 5. But as of right now, I see him being 6th. 2 top 5 for tier 2 in this season. Top 5 this season: Sandro, Clinical Coco Freakers, Alex, and Kyle. That's my top 5 pick. Or even,
I mean, in that order. I agree.
I think it's either Kyle or Pauki coming into the top 5. But yeah, that's my top 5 pick for the season. And I think it will stay the way I said it. It will be Sandro, Coco, Freakus. Then we have, I think Kyle will overtake both Alex and Vouchbaus, and then we'll have Pauki in P5 at the end of the season. It's my pick for tier 2. Wow, no mentioning me. Yeah, you haven't been in the league so long, so I mean, if you would have been there from the start, I think you could be top 5, but you're currently 27 points behind P5. So it could be possible, but I don't think it will work for you. I predict Sai will win next season and Williams won't be last in the Constructors' Championship. It's a broad prediction, but I don't think Williams will be the slowest team next season too. That's definitely what I think, to be honest.
The thing is, you can't really predict it since we don't know the pace on the new game, so it's really unexpected right now.
Yeah,
where everyone's going to be.
First of all, we don't know the pace of these guys, of the new game, but we also don't know the pace of like the 2 new drivers in Racing Point and Alpha Romeo, so we can't really tell very much about how fast they're going to be. We'll have to see at the end of the season. And yeah,
exactly.
What was like, there was another thing like top 5 constructors. Top 5 constructors next season, I'll just pick them. I think we'll see Ferrari, McLaren, Haas, Alpha Tauri, and then it will be a battle for 5th with Mercedes, Mercedes, Red Bull, and Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, so what are we going to talk about and more than in this episode of OSRL Talk? I think we have talked about everything, to be honest, that we wanted.
Constructor in order.
Constructor
in order. Yeah. Oh, that's really tough.
Like we said, we don't know how quick everyone's going to be, so that's
okay. In order, I think I'll try to get him in order. I think McLaren will win the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah.
It's really hard. I think Ferrari will come home in second. AlphaTauri will come home in third, and then we'll have what was the other one? I said McLaren, Ferrari, then AlphaTauri, then we've got Haas, and fifth will either be Mercedes, Red Bull, or Alfa Romeo. So you can't really predict anything like that, but I think like that's my prediction. But we really can't say anything about like how the constructors will go, because it's so close in the Constructors' Championship, because we've got 7 to 8 teams really competing for that Constructors' Championship title, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah. I think we topped every point we want to talk about today. I've got a thing I want to talk about as well. What is your favorite moment of the season in Season 2?
Season 2. Of the season.
Just of the season in general. So what is that moment that you're like, this is the one? Put it in chat right now. Welcome, Gazai. Welcome to the stream.
I think I could also say my favorite moment. I think like it's very hard because we had a lot of great moments, but one thing that always comes to mind when I think about that, I think it's the first Tier 2 race.
That was really good, yeah. So many views, that Simon was definitely there.
Yeah, it was. We've had so many views in a race, and the race was so exciting. So I really think that was my favorite moment, because of course every moment in Tier 1 was really great, but like the addition of another tier and the addition of such a great race with so many viewers was like so nice.
Bahrain, first league race win.
Russia's.
Yeah, my favorite moments. I'm just gonna pick more than one.
Interesting line by Diamond.
Yeah, that was one of them. The formation lap where I just got the entire corner and totally shook Prain, which I think definitely helped him get the win. and Hungary crash with Kazai. I'm just gonna walk away now, if you don't mind. Nah, but also, yeah, Russia's on there. The restart when it was raining and guys on dry tires. Me and Martin were in a party together and we were going crazy. We don't know what was going on. We were like saying, "Go, just go," and I had no clue what's going on. But also, this is one of my favorite. It's Baku, where I got third place. It was really unexpected that I got to win, to be honest. So
I think Shadow would pick Russia because he came second. To be honest.
Yeah, and we were last. We were like at the back of the grid.
Yeah. But I think we've really talked about everything now. Like everything that we would have wanted to ask the guys in the chat.
Maybe some guys want to join us.
I don't know if they want to. But
if some drivers want to join us.
Worst moment.
Worst moment. Ooh. Worst moment.
Right, I think I know what I would want to choose, but I'm not sure. It could either be the Austrian Grand Prix or the France Grand Prix, because that was our lowest league moment so far in all of the seasons, to be honest. But I mean, we've had to go through the times with 10 drivers in both races, with like 7 people finishing or something.
Yeah.
But I think it really helped us. But now Prain wants to join us, so. Ooh, yeah, German Grand Prix because of the connection problems is also definitely one thing that was bad.
Unlucky so many times, just people crashing into me, which is not their fault, of course. So yeah, in Singapore I had Luis crashing out, avoiding every car apart from mine. So yeah, that just sucks. And crashing in Belgium as well. And yeah, Hungary. The moment when that safety car happened, just could not get a break at that point. So. Just the way it is, really.
Yeah, by the Prain now. So
if anyone else wants to join in, just tell us right now in chat.
Yeah. Nice, we could have some people joining us. So we've been talking about things now for 50 minutes. So no one will join. It's also okay because we've been streaming for a long time. And yeah. So I'm not sure whether somebody will join us still. But if not, I think I should already say that I hope that everyone will join us tomorrow for round 19 of the OSRL F1 Tier 1. We've got the US Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas coming up tomorrow at 4 PM Central European Summer Time. So make sure to tune in for that race. It could be the title deciding race. It will be a very interesting one because we've got so many fast drivers already fighting for some good spots, and yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not sure whether Prain will join us.
I think he's working on it, so for the moment just wait on. We can do a prediction for USA right now, as we're at it.
Should I just show some gameplay for the time being?
Yeah, maybe a lap around the track.
Maybe a lap around the track. It's pretty hard for me to do because I haven't got my wheel on right now. So...
yeah, shame. Well, you just talk about track really, so you just go around a lap for track, not seriously, but just like focusing where to drive and stuff.
Yeah, okay, so Prince, and so we can talk about that now.
Yeah.
I could even show the Brazilian Grand Prix track, to be honest, because we've did that race today.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Just show it in the background so we can talk about something, and you don't only see the same screen for like 50 minutes now.
Yeah. Exactly.
You see some spins, but so we can talk about the Brazilian Grand Prix track. Like, it's coming up in less than 1 week, in more than 1 week, but in less than 2 weeks it's coming. So that's what I wanted to say.
Damn, I can't hear you. Oh no, it's not.
Oh, that's
okay,
not
try
a good
to sort
sign.
out, man. Unlucky man.
Tier 2 predictions for Baku. Can you? I still don't understand why you can't even turn the sounds of this. But Tier 2 predictions for Baku. I mean, whoever survives will win the race. To be honest.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same race right now, so
yeah.
You can see the lovely corner cups from me. Absolutely insane. We had some great battles there, going pretty much, try to go 3 right. Copyright music apparently, so turn off the music if you can.
Yeah, now you can't. So it isn't copyright music. I mean, if you can't turn off the music, like.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
so you can see on the screen right now we've awesome battle there, sparks flying off.
Some cars going through the grass, but like, yeah, like the Brazilian Grand Prix is definitely one to really look at, to be honest, because it's a good track. Of course, we've got the Senna S's at the start of the Grand Prix, where you can easily get a warning, to be honest. If you run over one curb, you can easily get penalized for that. I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but so Prank can't get in, and I think that leaves us with the end of today's OSRL Talk episode number 2. So we'll be back tomorrow for the OSRL 1 Season 2 Tier 1 race. Number 19 in the US at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. It could be the championship deciding race, but we'll also be back then with the Tier 2 race in Baku in Azerbaijan tomorrow at 8 PM. Like in literally 1 day from now on. As it's nearly 8 PM, and yeah, we'll be back with that. We hope to see a lot of you guys in both races and in the chat tomorrow. And yeah, until that, have a great evening and bye guys.